Hi, this is Joe at Blackout 911 in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. And after 6 long years of debating, we finally made the move to the demo car. Now, when we visit whoever is interested in seeing the latest and greatest, instead of us handing you a brochure, we actually bring the vehicle down to you. And you can see how everything works. There are all the different options. It's really, I think, a great idea, especially for someone that's not real versed on the applications of some of the lights and so on. So here it is. It's a Ford Explorer PIU, obviously, and we have it pretty well loaded up with multiple things. Starting at the front end, we have a Go Rhino push bar, steel. We like steel push bars instead of aluminum. I know that Satina and some of the other brands are real big with the aluminum push bars. We feel they're not as good because you hit something and it bends and that's the end of it. These come in steel or aluminum, so does the Satina, but we always get the Go Rhino steel. And we also have the wings on it to protect the lights, and we also have the new and improved pit bar on the bottom. So it's a very solid, sturdy, you could just about smash into a house with the thing. It's very, very strong. Most agencies get at least a pit bar. And in some of the rural areas, they go with the wings. So that's what's up front. And we also have it with the cutouts for the lights. We're big on Code 3. We like Code 3 lighting. And 90% of the vehicle that I'm going to be showing you is Code 3. These are MR24Qs, so they're multicolor, including white. So you'll see the lights, what happens with the lights as we get further along. Inside, behind the front, we have, of course, a speaker for the PA siren, and we also have 2 tremors, which are the low frequency drivers that are really cool. Instead of 1, we have 2 in here. You can get them either way. You can get it with 1, you can get it with 2. We went all out since it's a demo model, and we put 2 of them on there. Moving along the sides here, we took out the light that's normally coming through the A-pillar, and we just for demonstration purposes, and we put an Argus remote control. There's a little joystick that controls it, and it'll swing around. It's pretty cool. Probably on a police car, since it already has a light here, this would probably go on the other side. It can mount either side. Or if it's a fire vehicle, that would be up to you, wherever you want to put it. But this is where we put it just for demonstration purposes. Of course, underneath the mirrors, we have the under mirror lights. Some people call them puck lights. We have those on each side, and they're multicolor, red, blue, and white. We have the outliner running boards underneath. They're red, blue, and white. We have a covert light bar, Code 3 covert. On top, we really like that light bar. Very functional, has a built-in dimmer that will dim the lights. Plus, we have some controls that we can dim everything down too. In the back, we have the D-pillar Citadel, one mounted on each side, and we also have the one that mounts underneath the spoiler in the back. So instead of hanging the 2 little lights that 90% of the installs have inside, you can either go with this one, and we also have another one inside here that you can't see. So you can either go with this or this, the one it's protected inside. It mounts on the actual door itself. These are all our sponsors. Basically, everyone that we deal with were kind enough to let us put their logos on here, and they were thrilled about that. We have the 2 lights on each side of the license plate, obviously. Something that's normally found on a fire truck that we put on our demo, since the demo is not going to be running probably every single day, we put a Cushmal auto eject that is tied into the brake light. We have a little charger mounted in the back on our board where we have all the equipment. So you pull this in at night, plug it in, the next morning when you get up or whatever, you push the brake to start your car and it pops the extension cord out. It's really a neat thing for something that sits. For most police vehicles that are on the go all the time, you probably wouldn't need something like that, but we wanted to be able to show fire companies some other options. Also, it's becoming real popular, especially with ambulances and some of the police agencies. We have a cradle point antenna up here that will tie in to a cradle point, so for internet access, and we have that mounted on here. We have the low profile antennas, which we normally use. We have those for VHF or 800 megahertz, little small things, instead of the the big 3-foot or whatever they are. A lot of the guys are afraid to go through car washes, and we tell them not to go through a car wash with the regular quarter wavelength stick. In the back, we have a Go Rhino partition, both front and back, sliding plexiglass door in the front, mesh in the back, with their patented seats that they have. If you notice, they look a little different. They're not just totally flat. They're sort of cut out. Makes it a little bit more comfortable. Obviously, there's space there for two. Those of you that don't know, that have never really done these, the PIUs come equipped with the handles and the locks you can't get to. So a prisoner, once he's in there, he's in there. These are also the steel bars by Go Rhino. We've used all the brands. We really like the Go Rhino stuff. Some people aren't familiar with it, but it's a much time-saving install as far as the front partition. I know most of the other brands that we've used have taken us 3 or 4 hours just to get the front in. This we can do in about an hour or less. It's a lot simpler install. On the inside, as you can see here, 99.9% of the police cars have laptops. This is actually a dock for the Panasonic. We're a Panasonic dealer as well as Dell. We can get either or. We're using the Havas console. It's the high-rise console. And if you notice, this particular model, PIU has the rear heat and air, and it relocates these buttons that are normally under the original heater. It relocates them on this top. It's already cut out for it, and that's how come we can go up so high with it. But you can see it gives it a nice slope. You can fit a lot of stuff in there. We have a Kenwood radio in there. This is the controller for the Code 3. This comes with the console. This is our little Argus controller, which we'll show you what that does. This is our armrest that has the space for a printer, and it will take the like the P7 or the P8 brother printer. In the back here, dual cup holder. We have a little tray here that you can put things in. In the back here, we have a dual gun lock rack for the AR-15 style gun and also for the shotgun that are controlled by the controller. There's an 8-second delay when you push the button. It'll unlock them. And we really like the handcuff keys as opposed to the other style. I'm not sure what they're called. These seem to fit just about anything. And we like it. We can angle it. We can do whatever. And of course, these are just practice guns. These are not real guns, but they're made to the exact specs of the real thing. We also have a ProVision camera system in here. We are WatchGuard certified installers, and we also do ProVision, sort of like the ProVision. It's less money than the WatchGuard. It's real nice. This particular one, we have a monitor here. However, you don't really need the monitor. You can view everything via Wi-Fi on your phone or your laptop or whatever. We have a front-facing camera here, and we have a one in the back that faces the prisoner containment area. It also has the remote microphone capability. This is the little pack, and there's a microphone plugs into this for the officer, so you can hear what he's saying when he gets out. There's also GPS. It's a real nice system. We like it, and it's very reasonable. The inside light bar, normally it's one or the other. These are more for slick tops and things where you don't want the big light bar up on top. That's also Code 3. Okay, so we thought now we'd give the grand finale here and show you the lights that are on this thing. Now, we have a lot of lights. We know that most builds won't have everything that we have on here, but we wanted to show you all the options that are available, and we think it's pretty cool. So on your controller itself, in position 1, we normally wire position 1 as rear. So this is what the rear looks like on this vehicle. There's a light underneath there, the thin wingman. Normally it would be either this or this, but we have it with both of them on there just to give you an idea. So this is the rear. That's position 1 on the slider. So if you're pulling along the side of the road or something like that, and you don't need the whole vehicle lit up, that's rear. Position 2 now is basically the entire vehicle. As you can see, the pattern is different. Everything from the back up now came on. Both our outliners that are on the rocker panels came on. Our puck lights are on. The front lights, now we have 2 different light bars. We have an exterior and an interior. They're both on. We have the bullets, we call them bullets, that are in the pre-drilled holes from Ford. I already have the 1-inch hole. And what I like about the Code 3, those lights, they're called twist locks. Most of the other manufacturers, you have to put the light in, put silicone around it to hold it in. The Code 3s actually go in and you twist them and they lock in. We like those a lot better than most of the other ones we've seen. As you can see, the push bar and also the pit bar has lights in it. And also we have the little grill lights. Okay, now this is position 3, and you see the difference. This would be the pursuit mode, basically. The way we have it programmed, everything speeds up. The wigwags came on in the headlights, which were not in on 2. Now you'll notice also if he opens the door from inside, it creates a white light across the bottom outliner so they can see where they're going. And it also kills the one light on that would be the alley light, so you're not getting blasted in the face. Go ahead, shut the door. You see how that comes back on, and that goes back to red and blue. Just a little note here, when we program the code 3s, we get all these lights in what's called steady burn. There's no flash patterns themselves that are actually in the lights. All the programming is done into the matrix controller. In other words, if we put something like this in your vehicle and you say, I don't really like that pattern, we can plug into the matrix controller in the back and we ask you what you're looking for, or we can suggest the patterns that we normally use, then we can tweak it from there. And now we'll show you some of the other neat functions. First, we'll show you the takedown, which would be in the front. So that's what we call takedown, front flood, either or. And that's all whites. I mean, it's a lot of white lights. So if you're in a really bad area or you really want to be seen, this is what you'd want to do. Now we also have a left scene and a right scene, and that would be obviously the right scene. So it lights up the outliner, the puck light, and the one takedown light on this side. And we have the same thing on the left side. And then if you really want some shock appeal, we can go all flood. And once we go all flood, that's all the whites on the entire vehicle, front and sides. This is our cruise mode, just a sort of a subdued red-blue, and we can dim those also. And we're dimming those 30%. So if you're parked alongside the road or whatever, it's a lot of lights, but they're not real bright. Okay, we also have set up as an arrow stick on the back, traffic control. If you notice, both the front and the backs are synced together. So whichever ones you decide that you wanted on your vehicle, that's the left arrow, right arrow, and center out. We also are able to integrate with the OBD module. In fact, the OBD module is doing a lot of things on this vehicle. We highly recommend it. You can do a lot of neat stuff. Like this, we have our lights in the back here tied into our turn signal, both left and right. And if you hit the brakes, so we have the OBD control and all that. This is the Argus light that's controlled by a little joystick in there. You can angle that wherever you want to put it. This is handy on, probably more on the fire trucks. And if you put that in a manual mode, what you can also do, you can aim this wherever you want it, and it'll stay in that position. And it also has a home button, so when you're totally finished, you shut the light off, hit the home button, and it parks it back down low. You don't have to try to mess around getting it. Now that comes in a spot and flood. The one we have in there is just a single. I believe it's just the spot, but you can also get them spot and or flood. It's a neat little thing. Now my favorite settings of the whole thing, for whatever reason, we have it set up also that you can have an all red vehicle, and that's every light on the vehicle. And those can also be dimmed, just nice to let people know that you're there. Or we can go all blue for the police, and that's the dim mode. We wanted you to hear some of the siren tones. We also have dual trimmers on here like we talked about earlier. So we'll show you first the wail by itself, and then we'll hit the trimmer button. Okay, now we'll demonstrate yelp. Dual tone is next. Okay, the last one would be command alert. And then, of course, we have your manual horn. Air horn. And all these, there are quite a few different siren tones that are available through the controller. These are the most popular of the ones that we put in. But once again, those can be programmed to whatever your agency uses. And that's pretty much the rundown of our build. I hope you found some exciting things here. I know there'll be some questions. There'll be some guys say, why did you do that? And there are other guys say, why didn't you do this? But we did a variety of things that we think will help you make a decision on what you'd like. And a lot of the options that we have on here are not that expensive, like the OBD module and things like that. There's also a vehicle-to-vehicle sync module that we can't demonstrate because you need at least 2 vehicles to do it, but there is a vehicle-to-vehicle sync. So if you have more than one car and you want them all to flash the same exact pattern at the same time, that's available also. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this, and any comments, feel free to let us know. And if you'd like to see this thing live at your place, use the form below.